Hey, Mike Dillard here, and wanted to put together a quick slideshow video for everybody regarding the green room trip to Chicago recently for Eben's event and Yannick Silver's birthday. So threw a couple pics together for everybody, and I hope you enjoy these. It was my first time to Chicago. It was an absolutely incredible experience. I love the city. Had no idea what to expect, but those expectations were definitely exceeded in every way. It was absolutely unbelievable. So it doesn't happen very often, but somehow the hotel gods were kind to me because I got the best room probably in the Hard Rock. It was a corner room overlooking downtown and the river right here. Unbelievable view. Like I said, doesn't happen to you very often, but this was just absolutely fantastic way to see Chicago. Here's a zoomed-in version of the view from the room, and just great. Absolutely loved waking up to that every morning. So here we are, first night when we get in. We end up going to Wired's Next Fest event, and this was actually a private party just for staff, industry folks. Chicago's mayor was there. So only about 100, 200 people, perusing through the event, but very cool stuff. And I have to thank Dan from Yannick's Maverick Business Adventures for hooking this up, because this was a perk for that group only, and thank you, Dan, for putting this together and allowing us to attend. They had technology, some of the coolest stuff from all over the world flown into this, about 40 exhibits. And here's a shot from inside the pavilion here. And everybody's watching this game right here on the left-hand side. Here's a better picture of it coming up. Mr. Mike feels same. Right here, and I'm playing against Dan. This is called Brain Ball. Basically what it is you strap on these headbands, and it measures your brain waves, and it controls this physical ball that's in the center of the table. You can see it right here, and it starts out in the middle, and the object is to get it into your opponent's circle right there. And the way that you do that is by relaxing your mind. And the lower your brain waves get, right up here, you can see that, the more the ball goes towards your opponent. So he who relaxes most wins, basically. But it gets really hard to freaking relax when the ball starts getting closer and closer to your end zone here, and your opponent's winning. I got to tell you what, the only way to reverse that is to relax. Well, that's a pretty hard freaking thing to do. But this was cool. I think this was everybody's favorite booth, and I would love to have one of these things at my house for parties and stuff, because it's a heck of a lot of fun. So that was really neat. Next, we ended up at a gentleman's penthouse above the downtown Chicago. This was an unbelievable pad that this gentleman and his wife had put together, and a family is extremely, extremely successful, as you can imagine. But we were invited up there for drinks and snacks on one of the evenings, and it was unbelievable. This is actually a picture of a Zen garden that he had constructed that goes all the way around the outside of his condo. And all of this stuff was lifted in by crane. You had to get a crane out on the street and lift all of the trees and the rocks and everything. And I'll show you a couple more pictures right here, because this literally goes all the way around the outside of the place. You've got water, rocks, trees, everything. This is probably my favorite picture of it right here. And you imagine living in downtown Chicago, you don't think you can have kind of a connection to nature like this, but he's just done an unbelievable job, and extremely jealous. It was truly inspiring place to go visit, and definitely got the imagination running. And here's some pictures from the place right downtown. Unbelievable view. Sunsets coming down here. Here we've got Jeff Mulligan, Matt Basek, Perry Belcher, and Dean Hutt, Ryan Dice, Sean Casey, Evan Pagan, and Frank Kern. We're just chilling, talking business, having a good time. And then we headed to dinner after that. Couple faces you might recognize here: Joe Polish, Telman Knudsen, and Jonathan Mizell made it all the way out from Hawaii. Here we are at Eben's Green Room event, and basically what Eben did is he just decided to have just a private, invite-only networking, two-day networking event for about 100 people in the industry. And literally all we did is sit in the House of Blues. They have a private membership area up on the 4th floor of the House of Blues. And we just sat in there for 2 days and networked, basically. There was no agenda. There was no meetings. It was, you get out of it what you want to get out of it. And it was really cool to get a lot of new names and phone numbers of people that I hadn't had a chance to meet yet and get to know. Worth every penny. So thank you very much, Eben, for putting that on for everybody. It was awesome. Here we've got Telman, Eric Wilke. I think I actually showed you guys this, and yours truly here. Mr. Perry Belcher, who just moved to Austin. If you can't tell, he's he's definitely dove into the spirit here, and the brighter and flashier the Western wear, the more he likes it. So he's having a blast with the new Texas culture. Jonathan and Perry's business partner Ryan Dice. Here I am with Craig Clemens, Yannick Silver, and Eben, who's one of the world's biggest affiliate marketers out there. Now this was really neat. We had dinner with Yannick for his birthday party right before his big bash, with about 12 or 13 of us. And what do you do when the bill comes, right? And especially if it's over $1,000, sometimes you're eager to pay, sometimes you're not. But Yannick made it really fun, and so everybody tossed out their credit cards, and he puts them in a big napkin, and he calls this restaurant roulette. Basically, you put them in a napkin, jumble them up, and then you make the waiter take out a card and hand it to the person that it belongs to, and basically the last one left with their card in the napkin pays. So it turns it into a pretty interesting game, because you can get a little nervous as the cards start to dwindle and there's only 2 or 3 left, and yours is one of them. And the last 2, of course, is the big showdown. And it was a ton of fun, and I have to thank Jeff Mulligan for picking up the tab, because he was the last one left. So thank you, Jeff. After dinner, we headed over to the Hard Rock bar restaurant area. This is Dan, one of the partners for Maverick Business Adventures with Yannick, making a toast for his birthday. And here's Yannick here with a little plaque. And then this was really fun. Yannick is a short white Russian in real life, so in honor of that, we had the bartender bring out short white Russians for everybody that was at the party, and here she is bringing those out right now. It was pretty hilarious. On the left we have Mike Hill, myself here in the middle, and Mike's brother Ray. These are some of the biggest traffic brokers in the world, and just awesome, incredible friends of mine that I've gotten to know over the last year. Here we are again with Jeff Mulligan, Jeff Walker, Mike Vilsame, Brad Fallon, Ryan Coleman, myself. And this is on our way actually to karaoke after Hard Rock for Yannick's birthday. Sunday night, decided we'd all go do quite a bit of karaoke. And fortunately, I don't sing. You'll never see me up there. But Yannick got up there and gave a couple of tunes. So good going there, man. And then this is right after karaoke. It's probably 3 or 4 in the morning. We end up going to this place called the Wiener Circle, and it's a hot dog stand that's pretty famous in Chicago, apparently. And you can't order unless you use a bunch of expletives in the process. And it's literally this banter between the cooks behind the counter and the crowd ordering. And the ruder and more vulgar you are, the better. And if you try to be nice about ordering your food, they're just not going to have it. You're not going to get your food until you start using some pretty nasty words. So it turned into a riot very, very, very quickly. And apparently Craig got a little bit too into the spirit of the moment, and the chef came out and made him do push-ups with her on his back. And I think he managed to pull 1 off, maybe 2, but it was an absolute blast. Yannick throws on an apron, gets behind the counter. Craig gets back there too. They start throwing burgers and dogs out. And, how could you end a trip to Chicago with a picture better than this, right? So that was it. It was fantastic. Love Chicago. Cannot wait to get back out there. We'll probably do an event in 2009 there for a project that we're working on. So, again, thanks, Eben, for putting this on, and to Yannick and Dan for getting us into Wired. Hope you guys enjoyed the little slideshow I put together for you here, and we'll see you next time.